everyone, welcome back to Michelle Reads and Vlogs, and today I'm going to share my favourite book of 2023, so the best book of the year. Obviously reading is a very subjective thing, so if you disagree that's absolutely fine, because your best book of 2023 is probably very different to mine, and we've probably read very different books. So I have not read every book that's been released and that is out there, so this is just out of the ones that I have read. So before I tell you what my best book is, I'm going to go through all of my 5-star reads for this year. I'm not going to talk through all of them, I'm literally just going to say what they are. We have Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jennette McCurdy. Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Everyday Sexism by Laura Bates. Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, and I have a whole I reread Fourth Wing vlog which I will link up in the cards if you want to check that out. Artemis by Andy Weir. All 3 of the Shades of Magic trilogy by V.E. Schwab. In Memoriam by Alice Winn. The Fragile Threads of Power by V.E. Schwab. Morning Star, which is the 3rd book in the Red Rising trilogy by Pierce Brown. Spy Family, both volumes 1 and volume 2. The Housemaid by Freida McFadden. Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. And my final 5-star of the year, The Book of Fire by Christy Lefteri. So I wonder, as I've been going through those, if any of those have stood out and you've thought, oh wait a sec, it's definitely that one for her. So without further ado, my top book of 2023 was In Memoriam by Alice Winn. I do have a whole reading vlog for this, which I'll link in the cards above, in case you want to really get into my thoughts and feelings as I read through this. So I think one of the things with this book is how much it has stuck with me since reading it. Whereas, you know, a lot of these have also stuck with me, but not in the same way. Alice Winn won both the debut author's prize for Waterstones with this, and I think she won Novel of the Year with it as well. And what's interesting about this is I've not seen it around much. The only other YouTuber who I've really seen talk about this and really praise it is Jack Edwards, and I think he may have even interviewed Alice Winn at Hay Festival over summer, and she gave him a signed dedicated copy. And I think one of the reasons is because I don't think it's out in the US yet. I think it's released in the US early next year. Editing Michelle here just to say I've just checked and it is out in the US and has been for a while, so my bad. So it's not really kind of out there on social media and the internet, but I do suggest this as a book. I don't think it's an easy read. It's not one for escapism. It is a stunning, beautiful book. The writing is incredible. The empathy that Alice Winn makes you feel for these characters is amazing. We laugh with them, we love with them, we cry with them, our hearts are broken along with them. It's amazing. So we have these 2 young men who are called, let's see if I can remember. No, I can't remember. Elwood and Gaunt, and they are at a boarding school back prior to the war. Was it World War One or World War Two? I've got a feeling it was World War One. Yeah, 1914. So they are at private boarding school, and the war breaks out, and they each take it in turn to go to war. And what we see is both their relationship, because the one clearly fancies the other, and it's very obvious, and then the other one is hiding his feelings for the opposite one. All of this is in the synopsis, by the way, so I'm not spoiling anything. And then the one, who I think is like half German, he goes to war for the side of the English because his family is getting a lot of pressure because of their kind of German heritage. Then we basically see all these people from the boarding school eventually one by one leave, and then we join them at the front during the war, and then we see their story of both the war and their private lives, their personal lives develop from there. Just an incredibly written book that really takes you to the horrors of war, but also celebrates the love of these people, even though it's so complicated because of all of these reasons and what's going on. It's a difficult one. I would hate to say I enjoyed this book. It wasn't enjoyable, but it was an enjoyable read because of how brilliant it was. For that reason, out of all of my 5 stars, it 100% has to be In Memoriam by Alice Winn. What I would say about my 5 stars is that there is a huge mix of books here. There's a huge mix. I know that I've not got them all here because some of them are audiobooks, so I don't have physical copies of them. But even like the non-fiction with the Laura Bates Everyday Sexism, that was amazing. And then even within the fiction, there's such a variety. I've got my manga here with the Spy Family. We've got the thriller with the Housemaid. We've got another very similar book to In Memoriam with the Book of Fire. So that's based on climate change. Amazing. We've then got the fantasy with Fourth Wing Iron Flame and the Shades of Magic series and the Fragile Threads of Power. And then we've got, that's not romance, is it? It's just going to be fiction, contemporary fiction. Carrie Soto is back, and then Book Lovers, which I think technically is romance. What I would say is that this is a really showing the diversity of my reading. Oh yeah, and then there's sci-fi, which were audiobooks as well, in terms of Artemis by Andy Weir and the third one of the Red Rising trilogy. What was that called again? I just call them all the Red Rising books, Morning Star. So a massive mix of genres, and I look back on this and I'm like, I had a good reading year. I read a lot of good books this year, so I'm really happy. But anyway, let me know in the comments if you agree. Out of my selection, do you think that In Memoriam is the best? Would you be interested in reading this? Especially because a lot of my viewers are from over in America. I think there's like 40% of you, so hello. Are you looking forward to this one? Have you even heard of this other than my channel? I really do hope that other people enjoy it, but it's one of those things, like there's a lot of books set in America that I'm not sure really cross over to other countries as much, and then I don't know if because this is so British, if it's going to be as appreciated by an American audience. I don't know, but I would say that if you've got the chance to read this and you're in the right headspace to read this, give this a go, because the writing in here was just incredible. Alice Winn will be an auto by author for me from now on. Anyway, I have taken up far too much time on this video. I was like, oh, it's just going to be a quick one, and then I can't stop talking. So I will leave links to all of these books down in the description as usual. They will be affiliate links, so if you do purchase through that link, it's no different cost to you, but I do make a small commission off the purchase. And as usual, if you like the video, please think about giving it a like. It really does help to support the channel. And if you're not subscribed yet and you want to see more from me, think about hitting that subscribe button. Other than that, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.